Mm, This is my creative process. It's really interesting. I think a lot of people have been wondering, how do I take photos of my passengers, which I don't. I use artificial intelligence, right? And do I use artificial intelligence to write what I write? And I do, and I don't. And so I have this story I wanted to tell you, and I wanted to actually just show you the process. So if you're interested, follow along with me. It could take a long time. It could take a little bit of time. I really don't know. But I think it's important because as we start to like have more and more access to artificial intelligence and things, I think we should just be honest with how we're doing it. So, okay. So the story goes like this. I had a woman that I picked up at the Syracuse airport. And when I gave her a ride, I gave her a long ride. And she was nice. And just really, quite frankly, a pleasant trip. It was super cold as she flew in from a warm place. And so here's kind of creative rule number one is that I try to protect the anonymity of my passengers by not sharing things that you can identify. So I try to switch things up. So she was a woman, wasn't a man. It was a woman. She was an administrator at a school at a warm place, and when she flew into Syracuse, it was blizzardly cold, and she had a lot of luggage, and I loaded the luggage. We had a great conversation. Took her on a long trip, and to out kind of out to the country, and she was worried because she's going to be in town for a week, and so she was worried, like, hey, will I be able to get a ride to the airport when I can? And I told her, I said, the Uber reservation thing is really good. But, if you're really worried about it, we had such a pleasant conversation. I said, "Here's my number, and we'll figure out something out if you need a ride." And, when we got to the place to drop her off, I kinda had to drive up a unplowed driveway. She's like, "Don't do that. I'll just drag my luggage through it." I was like, "No, no, no. Don't worry about it." And I pulled all the way up to the house where she was staying, unloaded all the luggage, and, that was it. And then, a couple days ago, I got a text message from her, and she was like, "Hey, I think I might need a ride to the airport." And I said, "Okay, good." So I gave her kind of like a numbers, like, gas money, here's what it would cost or whatever. And then she responded back saying, "You know what? We got a reserved ride." And then I went and looked at my Uber reservations, and I was the guy that gave her that reservation. Now, here's the story. This is what is interesting to me. It's not about private rides or anything like that, because I really don't want to do private rides. I get worried about passengers that get stuck in the middle of nowhere. But thankfully, we would go to Uber, and so I was like, "Oh, wow, so I'm gonna be the guy giving her the reserved ride." Um, this is the part this is the reason why I wanted to create a story. She's an administrator at a big, big college, and, she didn't tip me the first trip, and you know me, I don't think I always should get tipped. I don't think there are times when passengers are obligated to tip, but I think there are times when a tip is warranted. That's the point. That's what I wanna really stress here. And, so that's what stuck with me, is, like, she didn't tip me, and then when she needed a favor again, she texted me, "Hey, I need a ride to the airport." I again, just I'm being a nice guy. I'm like, "Sure, I could do something like then. Here's kinda gas money, electricity money," and then she ended up, "So, well, I got a reserved ride anyway." So I was her backup again, and she still didn't use me, which is fine, but it's ironic that she did it. Now here's the justice of it all. I canceled the reservations. I was originally gonna ask her, like, why she didn't tip me, and my gut feeling is that she probably just forgot. And, so I wanted to create something about that experience. And, yeah, so let's just do it. Let's go through it. That was it. So I think the first thing I wanna do is, I pull open, my notes, right? And so this is my creative process, and the first thing I wanna do is I just wanna basically write it down, and the first thing that's it. I canceled. Why did I cancel? So now I'm gonna just kind of start to write it all down. And the cool thing is I do voice to text. So I gave a ride to a woman, a very wealthy woman, and she looked, wealthy too. She had wealthy luggage, and she had that look where she had like a coat and a sweater, but it was like a nice coat. And then it was super cold, but she's coming in from such a warm place. It was like Southern California, and so yeah, she just exuded, like a professional woman, and just really, really good time with our ride too. And she had scarves. That's the other thing I remember. It was like a coat and a scarf, and just it had that look of a professional businesswoman. So I gave her a ride, and then when she needed my help, she texted me for another ride, and but she didn't use me. Instead, she went back to Uber again, which is fine. And then I ended up getting that reservation. But today, I just decided I didn't want to give her a ride. And the main reason why I didn't want to give her a ride is because she didn't tip me last time, and it's so frustrating. So I canceled. I canceled the ride. I canceled it because I didn't want the confrontation, and the confrontation wouldn't be with her because what am I going to say? I'm not going to go and challenge her to her face. I'm not going to challenge her like you didn't tip me. I I'm gonna um I would the challenge would be internal to myself. The challenge would be my own frustration, and I'd be mumbling to myself. I'd probably wouldn't be as friendly as I normally would be because I'd feel bitter, I'd feel angry, and I'd feel frustrated. And again, she probably just forgot. And I think like if I just reminded her, like, hey, last time you didn't tip me and just kind of ask her. But there's like this social norm where I'm not supposed to tip her or not supposed to talk about tipping. I'm not supposed to remind her because if I do, then she definitely won't tip me because there are people that don't tip if people ask them for a tip. And so it's like this unspoken thing and it's so frustrating. So there's that. Okay, so step one of my creative process is just to kind of flesh it all out, just throw it all down onto here. And the couple of things that stood out to me was again, I canceled on her. The other thing that, internal struggle, shame, maybe not shame, shame's not the right word, internal struggle with myself about confronting her. And then in addition to that, my internal struggle, maybe not the internal, maybe the um, social norm of not, um, maybe the social norm of not talking about tips. It's kind of like Fight Club. First rule of tipping is to not talk about tipping. The second rule, yeah, the second rule is to not talk about tipping. Yeah. Yeah, so there you go. So I've got kind of like a little bit of a foundation. I don't know what I want to create yet, but as far as the words go, but next thing I want to do is actually want to go into Twitter or Gronk, right? Is the thing. So let's go into Gronk, right? So let's go here. Let's create an image. All right. So can you draw a a black and white pencil sketch of a um, wealthy woman um, in the back seat of a Tesla Y. She's wearing a a camel. I think it's camel tooth. I don't know. Camel coat. Is that the right word? Camel something. Camel coat. What is it called? What is it called? Camel. I guess it is a camel coat. Okay, cool. She's wearing a camel coat, scarves, she's smiling and talking. All right, so there you go. Let's get some images. So once I get the main story down, the thing that I want to talk about, I want to again present her in the presentation of this particular one is that she's really nice and she's kind. And let's take a look here. I don't like any of these images already because number one, she's in the front seat, and this is too cartoony. It's too cartoony. I'd like it to be um more of a realistic image. As you can see, I don't spell, but I don't really care either, right? I'm not gonna do that. Let's just try it. I just get the feedback. I don't do the thumbs up, thumbs down sometimes. I don't know. Let's see what it comes up with here. Oh, so now it goes to color, which is really frustrating. All right, so this is the right look. I like this look. I like this one too. I'm gonna go with this one. I like this look. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna edit this photo. Um, can you make it a pencil sketch, black and white? See what it comes up with. And the thing, what I like about using, oh, there you go. See, I like this. This is really interesting. So I asked for a pencil sketch earlier and it gave me this. Mm, want a different image. Um, can you make it a photo realistic uh, pencil sketch? Now when and now it's not black and white again. Okay, interesting. Okay, now I'm liking this one a lot. I just want to make this one black and white. All right, let's do this here. I'm going to add this one. Okay, let's make it black and white, and let's switch sides of the car. Still in the back seat. Okay, so what I feel like what we do with um these artificial intelligence things is we're directing. Now they didn't switch sides, but I don't think the sides of the car matter. I feel like we've got something. I really, really like this image now. This is a really good image. Um, I don't know why I gave me two of the exact same ones, but I'm gonna go ahead and go with this one. I'm gonna just download this photo. Boof. All right, so now I've got a good image. I've got a good feeling of the story. Now what I want to do is go back to my writing and just really kind of narrow it down here a little bit. I want to really kind of do this here. She was super nice, but I canceled on her. I canceled because she didn't. Yeah, I canceled our second. The first trip was great. From the airport. Yeah, I think the first trip was from the airport to a small um place out in the country. I loaded bags and even I loaded her bags and even um uh, the unplowed driveway, ensuring she wouldn't miss. Yeah. Then when she was worried about the when she was worried about the getting back to the airport, I gave her number and said, if you can't get a reserved Uber, feel free. Call me. She did. It said I'd take her. But then she said she found him, which just happened to cancel because she didn't tip me on the first ride. At first, I didn't want to cancel. I wanted to confront her. Why didn't you tip? You forget. Did I not earn a tip? Not tipping? I chickened out. I didn't want the confront her. I know. I know me too well. I'd give her a ride, be kind, and not say anything. Instead, I my outside would be let's see here. My outside would be nice, but inside I fired. And I know I'm not supposed to talk about tipping. No, fight of tipping is that it's not cool to talk about tip. I didn't have the courage, so I can't say more about this myself. So there you go. I got something. I feel like I got this is yeah, there you go. There you go. So I like this. Okay. So now what I'm gonna say is I'm gonna say all right. background. Proofs. Why did I cancel? Yeah, let's do like this here. I'm gonna just take all this text, and this is the cool thing about artificial intelligence. I'm kind of doing some cleaning up here. Um, this is the post. I'm gonna just call it the post. I say, here we go. Take all this, right? I'm gonna go right in here. I'm gonna go right into now ChatGPT. I've got my image. Let's make sure my image is in my Dropbox or somewhere. Did I download it? Download. Where is it downloading to? Oh, never mind. Did I download it? Okay, I do have the download in my there you go. Downloaded. Okay, so I've got it. That's kind of what she looks like. I don't know. She could have been black, she could have been white. I'm not gonna tell you. So again, God forbid she actually sees this. God forbid anybody even sees this far into the video. I honestly, I don't think most people are even gonna watch this far, but people asked, so here you go. So now let's go into ChatGPT, right? So I'm gonna go into ChatGPT and let's do this here. Can you help me edit this social post in my writing style? I want it to be short and concise. It's about this image attached. I'll upload from my computer. Resends, so with downloads, image 13. There it is. Opened. All right, so let's paste my thing in there. There's the background. Let's see what it comes up with. Now, so again, I think this is really important with artificial intelligence. Who's doing the work here? It's my idea. It's my story. I fleshed it all out, but I don't have an editor. And so here's what it came up with. Here's a refined version. She was super nice, but I canceled our second trip. On the first trip, I picked her up at the airport, loaded her bags, even drove her up in an unplowed driveway so she wouldn't have to walk and stuff. Was she worried about getting back? I gave her a number. Da, da, da. All right, so I think we got something here. So now I'm gonna go back over here. I like this. Again, this is just a social post. I'm not writing the next um great novel on the planet or anything. Okay, we can get rid of super. She was nice, but I canceled. I like this. I want to shorten it up now. Picked her up at the airport, loaded her bags, and even drove up an unplowed driveway. So you wouldn't have to walk in the snow. Okay, let's just assume that they can put that together. Then, okay, I canceled getting to the airport. Canceled. Go. Cat. Getting from the airport. Yeah. Okay. Actually, I have that right in there. I didn't see that. Okay. I see. I like this. I see. I'm leaving the. I gotta get in the habit of putting like the meat up front in my stuff here. Yeah. There you go. I'm gonna just cancel. I used the word lovely a lot, so I'm gonna use that's my language. She was lovely, but I canceled. Okay. Now the image is gonna be there, so I'm not even gonna do that. I canceled. canceled. I canceled the. I canceled the Uber. Why? She didn't tip. She tripped the first trip. Yeah. There you go. Now I'm feeling like I got something. I canceled on her. I think I canceled. I really just want to focus on this word here. I canceled. mm, Gosh, I canceled her Uber. I think that's it. Yeah. So not on her, but I want to get the word Uber in there because not everybody knows I'm a driver. I think everybody knows I'm a driver, but I can't assume everybody knows everything. And there's a picture. She's in the back seat, so people are going to see that. Let's just get this image up, and yeah. So I think they're going to see again. This is what gets people to stop. And she's smiling. She looks nice. And then the first thing they're going to see is I canceled her Uber. So it's that's it. That's definitely what I want to go with right there. I can't. Why she didn't tip? Yeah, and this wasn't our first trip. The first trip I picked her up at the airport, you know, in a blizzard. It wasn't really a blizzard, but now we're gonna start to do artistic things, right? I did load her bags, and I did drive up. I loaded her bags. We we I picked her up at the airport. Um, she landed in a blizzard. See, okay, now I'm gonna start. I don't want to build up the tip too much. Okay, let's just narrow this down because the next thing is like, why she didn't tip. Okay, now I gotta hit that. Why she didn't tip? She should have tipped. This is a perfect opportunity to tip. I do it over and above. In fact, I wonder. Actually, let me see something here. Let me go to my photos. I think I took a screenshot of our conversation because I texted her ahead of time saying, "Hey, I'm on my way to come get you." She was super nice. We just had like this picture of our conversation is everything. Let's see here. I think I took a screenshot of it. I don't keep a lot of the screenshots, but it was just yeah, it was just really great. She was really good. Did I not take a screenshot of it? Maybe not. I don't know. Let me see here. One more thing here. Did I? My boyfriend's. Look at these. Yeah, there you go. Okay, I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. I'm gonna get rid of her name. This. There you go. All right, now, yeah, this. Okay. Look at this nice conversation right here. On my way. Cool. See you soon. Just stay inside and stay warm. I'll text when I get close. Duh. I flew in from Los Angeles. Shoot, there you go. I'm giving a little bit away. I'm wearing a bright, large overcoat. So I put her in a camel tooth coat, but you can see it was orange, whatever. But I mean, I'm telling you, like that kind of initial conversation from a passenger, and that's the way the whole ride went. We drove for like an hour from the airport, just like that. It was fantastic. She didn't tip though. It just irks me, and I want to address that here. So I canceled her Uber. Okay. Why she didn't tip? This wasn't our first trip. The first trip, the first, the first trip. Yeah, okay. I picked her up with. An unplowed driveway. Let's see. Amazing. And we had an amazing conversation. It really was. It was an amazing conversation. But she didn't tip. Let's see. Yeah. And when she worried about getting back, right, um, way out in the country, and when she worried about getting about catching her flight in a week, I gave her my number and told her if she to call, but she didn't. But she didn't tip. So when I, that's right. So I saw when I got her measure. Oh God, I feel like I'm somewhere here, but I want to. Okay, so when she so it was for yeah, for 3 days scheduled to. Okay. Oh my gosh. Now I'm kind of stuck here. Now this is when I would normally take a walk and kind of take a break from it. But I owe you guys a video. I said I'd show you my process. So let me think here for a second. Okay, so the thing that I'm working on here is that I've been thinking about this for a long time. And this is the horrible part about all of us as humans, right? This is the thing that needs to be expressed in the post is that we as humans build up these own battles in our mind. This woman's going to get to the airport. Like me canceling means nothing. I mean, she's still going to get to the airport, and her not tipping didn't affect her one bit. But to me, it just meant everything. And so I've been stewing that she didn't tip me. And then when she got the ride, and then it's like I went out of my way. And it's like I want to confront her, and I'm not going to. I canceled. So this is on me, right? This is my own battle, my own internal struggle. And I gotta, I gotta just rethink this here. So the challenge with this is I want to make this as short and concise as possible, but I don't want to, I got to remember that people don't know. So let me just 4 days. I've been, I've been stewing in my own anger about this trip. Yeah. Yeah. Why she didn't tell. I don't want to see this woman because I can't, I want to be accusatory of her because maybe she just forgot. God, the frustrating thing is I can't talk to her about it. And like, okay, even more so, let me explain this to you. I know exactly where she is right now. I literally could just drive up to that farmhouse and go, why didn't you tip? And The honest truth is she probably just forgot, but the societal thing is like, I'm not supposed to bring it up. I'm not supposed to talk about it, right? That's the thing that's so frustrating to me is like, if I bring it up, then I'm uncouth, right? I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy if I just, ooh, you didn't tip me. And I think about that. Do you remember that scene? I think it's Sopranos, right? Where they kill that waiter, where the waiter comes walking out. I'm like, hey, I served all you guys and you only gave me whatever tip, and they shot that waiter. That's what I think about. It's like the server, the low income person in this scenario is supposed to just shut up and take it. That's the thing that's stewing with me. That's the thing I need to write about. And yeah, let me read. I just want to go back over here. So here's what I'm going to do. This is again why I love artificial intelligence. It's really helped me do. I think this is a very factual story right now. But what it really doesn't address, and I want to make this short. I want to make it like 2 or 3 sentences. I want to just um keep this really concise. But it's not the fact that I canceled on her. It's the fact that I don't have a way to address this. I mean, I do, but let me just restate this back to you, ChatGPT. Um, I'm upset that a wealthy woman did not tip me, and I'm the low income server in this scenario, and it's been stewing in my mind because she was so nice, and I think she just forgot. But I'm not allowed, you know, to talk to her about tips because it's not cool for me to do it. She just forgot. And what is it? It's going to be, I don't know, what is it, 15, $20? It's not a lot of money, but it's just like there's this thing where people are taking advantage of low income people. Uber takes advantage of them. The rich people like this woman take advantage. And whether it's accidental or intentional, it's not even relevant. And the frustrating thing is that I have to sit here and just take it. I have to absorb this. If she just forgets, she just forgets and life goes on. But it cost me $20. And this happens every single day, people not tipping. In fact, 1 out of 3 people tip. And then Uber lowers our fares and it's like, it's getting worse. And people are like, well, just quit. You could just quit, Levi. And that's, yeah, that's what I'm really frustrated about. So can you I need some creative help here, ChatGPT. Can you give me 2 or 3 options of really short, pithy posts about this image that I sent you, and kind of the societal frustration of what's going on here with this. But I want to put it in the context of this story because there's a part of me that feels good that I canceled. Not necessarily because I don't think I hurt her because she's still going to get to the airport, whatever. It just means it's like by canceling on her and by writing this post, by getting it out there, I'm putting it to bed. I'm moving on with my life. And yeah, that's what I really want to write about. So I love all of the trying to get the facts of the story as very concise as possible and dive right into the emotion of this. And because it's a social post, I don't want to spend too much time working on this. It's not like a long form essay, but I do want to show people the creative process. And by the way, when I write my essays to all those who are watching this video, oh, well, you stop the recording. When I write my essays, I can spend all day doing this. If you read the long form stuff, this is exactly the process. Let's see what it comes up with here. I like that. She was kind. She was wealthy. She didn't tip. I told myself she just forgot. Hey, ooh, like making them almost rhymes here. This is kind of interesting here. I like that. If I forget something, it costs me. If she forgets something, it costs me too. Tipping is optional. Bringing it up isn't. So drivers just eat the loss over and over. But today I opted out. I canceled. And now I'm done thinking about it. And now I'm done thinking about it. Like posting it is definitely where I'm at. She was kind. She was wealthy. She didn't tip. I like that. A wealthy woman did not tip me. I don't like that. That's kind of junk. The system is rigged. I don't think about reclaiming dignity because again, she's not thinking about me. This is about me. It's my own internal struggle. I think I'm done thinking about it. So I think I'm gonna just start with this one right here. I like that a lot. It's just boom. It sets everything up here. Let's go back to my right here booth. All right, and now I'm done thinking about it. All right, so I think that that's really good bookends. This. All right, so let's go back here. Today I opted out. Okay. There you go. I think we got some there. All right. So this little section here just kind of is going to be the explainer part. She was kind. She was wealthy. She didn't tip. All right. So this is where I really like those words. So today, canceled. Okay. So now, oh yeah, that's right. I think I deleted all of the words I dislike. See that? I got to be careful here. Copy this and then just kind of go back here. All right. Let's go back here. Okay, there we go. Got it. Because I think there's some explainer stuff that, see, I'm really good at writing explainer stuff. I'm not really good about showing. Telling, I'm really good. Showing is a real struggle for me as a writer. Okay, but she didn't tip. I think this is, yeah, I think this is where I want to go. Okay, okay. I think wealthy, I think we're just going to go back here. She didn't tip. Yeah, I picked her up at the airport, loaded her bags. See, again, the picture, what I have to remember is the picture shows that she was kind. The coat shows that she was wealthy. So I have to back out of that now for the writing. Okay. If I didn't have an image, I'd go with that first image, or that first sentence, but there's an image. So I picked her up at the airport, loaded her bags, and an, had an amazing conversation. I even drove up an unplowed driveway. Drove it up, out in the country. Ironically, though, yeah, that's right. Ironically, yeah, she Uber gave me her beige. So for 3 days, he been planning out confronting her. T- yeah, there you go. Okay, boom. I've been battling. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There we go. Now let's edit this. Okay. Let's go back here. Can you edit this? I think I have something. I see what happens here. She didn't tip. I picked her up at the airport, loaded her bags, and had a great conversation. I even drove her up an unplowed driveway, so she got told. When she worried about catching her flight the following week, I gave her my number and told her, just in case. I think we got something there. Okay, I'm feeling good about this here. I'm gonna just bury this here. I'm gonna go back to here. She didn't tip. Okay, I'm gonna say picked her up. I'm gonna say just get down to the essence here. I loaded her bags. Had a great conversation. Even drove her up an unplowed driveway. Okay, and I like that. I like Anne's here, in which she worried about because that's my style. I start a lot of sentences with ands, so that's I gotta stick with that. And when she worried about catching her flight the following week, I mean the country home. There you go. Back to the airport from the country home. I gave her my number, just in case. Just in case. Ironically, Uber gave me her rent fast. This, ironically, Uber gave me her for the last 3 days. I've stewed over it, replaying, you know, practicing my pro. Why? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We're almost there. Okay. She didn't tip. I loaded her bags. Loaded her bags. Had a great conversation. Even drove her up an unplowed driveway. And when she when she worried about getting an Uber back to the airport from the country, from the country, mm, it's like it was like a country Airbnb, a country, from the remote, from the country, cottage. I think cottage is better. I gave her my number just in case. Okay, I like that. Fast forward. Fast. Yeah. Uber. Fast forward. Fast. My raw. Whatever you're ready. back to the airport. A few days. That got ironic. Rosary. There we go. Okay, there we go. I think we're somewhere. Okay. Stewing over it. Practicing. Babe. Just unfair. The server. Yeah, there you go. Okay, let's edit this one more time here because I think we got it here. I think we're there. Okay, yeah. Um, so this is how I use artificial intelligence. I go back and forth. Again, I don't have an editor on staff, so this is my editor. I just want to touch this up here. I feel really good about this. I like this a lot. Okay. She didn't tip. I loaded her bags, had a great conversation, even drove her up the unplowed driveway. When she worried about getting an Uber back to the airport from the country cottage, I gave her my number, you know, just in case. Ironically, Uber sent me her reservation. And what did I have? Ironically, yeah. Okay, hold on a second. And for days. Okay, I like that. Okay. And Uber reservation. Okay, I like that. And for days, I stewed over it, debating, rehearsing, wrestling with the frustration of anti-tipping. How unfair it is that I, the server, can't even politely bring it up. I'll for makeup. I cancel. There you go. That's it. I have something. Now I'm gonna go post it. And there you got a chance to see how I came up with it. How long did I work on that? Uh, let's see here. How long did I work on that? Oh, an hour. There you go. So, hopefully that answers it. I doubt any of you are going to watch an hour's worth of this, but I thought I'd at least share it with you how I worked on it. So be well, be safe. Let's go post it. So ironically, that I didn't post that, and but like any good creative process, it's good to just walk away, get some fresh thoughts, and let me read to you the final thing that will be getting posted. I did. I just walked away, had lunch. It's really good. So I had my lunch. All right, here's the final piece. I think it's still too long, but it's been well over an hour now, so I got to get going. She didn't tip. I loaded her bags, had a great conversation, and even drove her up an unplowed driveway. When she worried about getting an Uber back to the airport from the country cottage, I gave her my number, just in case. Ironically, for her return reservation, Uber paired us again. For days, I stewed over it, debating, rehearsing, wrestling with the frustration of anti tipping culture. how unfair it is that I, her server, can't even politely bring it up that she didn't tip. So, about an hour before the pickup, I canceled. She'll still get a ride, completely unaware of my silent struggle. And now, I'm done thinking about it. And you know what? I'll probably make a couple more changes as I get ready to post it one more time as I export this video. But yeah, there you go. That's the process. And everybody's process is unique. This is not to justify whether artificial intelligence is good or bad or anything like that. But for me, a 50-year-old man who's learning to write and write well, I think I'm getting somewhere with this, and I'm really happy with it. I'm really proud of it. And hopefully the woman, I won't tell you her name or whatever, hope she sees it and remembers and gives me a tip.